Hi everyone, it's Deb. I showed last night in the beginning of my live that my paper pumpkin box came, and I have untaped it here. This one is called On My Mind. It's the July paper pumpkin kit, which you can no longer get, but you can sign up for the August one, which is supposed to be 6 craft bags and 12 tags, and it's fall themed. It's $22 a month plus tax. However, if you sign up for a prepaid plan for 6 or 12 months, you have to pay shipping, but the price of the box is lowered so much that you do save overall on the 22. So if you're interested, and if you are interested, please use the host code for Justine Stone's party that she's having with me right now through August 15th. And I believe if you use the prepaids, you also get the bonus day coupon. So a 6-month subscription costs $114. You pay that through the Stampin' Up website, and then you'll get 2 $5 coupons you can use in August if you purchase that prepaid in July. So just letting you know. Anyway, this is the kit that came for July. I just got it yesterday. Today is Wednesday, and here is what it looks like when you open it. It says catalog coordination gives you more. If you love this kit and wish you could do even more with it, Stampin' Up has you covered with fantastic coordination. Mix and match everything you see here with 3 new suites from the brand new Stampin' Up catalog, and they are Woven Thread Suite, which I don't have the suite, but I do have the paper. Garden Lane Suite, which I don't have any of, so I'm interested to see that in this kit. And Come Sail Away Suite, which I have the whole suite for. That's the one with the sailboats and the ship's wheel and things, which I've shown several times before. So let's see what this has. Ooh, it has the new in color Pretty Peacock. I don't know if you can see, it looks awfully dark. Let me put the light up a little bit. Anyway, it's a beautiful, like a blue-green, or green-blue actually I should say. And then we have the stamps, and it looks sort of like a vintage medallion, which I guess goes with the woven threads. Let me bring that paper back. Yeah, it looks like they're stamping medallions on paper here. And a seashell, I guess that goes with the Come Sail Away. And the words say, hello friend, happy birthday. That's a good all-purpose one, right? You're the best, and you've been on my mind. I like that one too. So all good sentiments, very useful. And then you always get the tissue paper, and usually it's the turquoise, except sometimes around the holidays they change it up. So let's see what we get. Then you open it, and you always have, I'm going to move this, you always have your kit all wrapped up. And the reason they do that is sometimes refills become available to paper pumpkin customers, and the refill is this. It does not include the Stampin' Spot little ink pad, nor the stamps again, but it does include everything else. So this says, well, let's open it. Let's just open it up and see. These are supposed to be full-size cards, and like I said, coordinating with those suites, so that'll be fun for my alternates, right? So yeah, I'm excited. Especially I don't have the one that's called Garden Lane Suite, so I'm anxious to see what that's about. This one I didn't purchase, so I am very anxious, but maybe that will go with the Magnolia Lane Suite too. Okay, so let me flip it over. Here's the cardboard, which if you watched me last night, I am using this as a plate to use in my Big Kick with my embossing folders, and it works just fine, although Stampin' Up does now have an embossing plate for $10 that's blue and much prettier than this cardboard, but you can use this for journals or whatever you want. It's a nice sturdy cardboard. Don't throw that out. Okay, So let's look at this first. It shows three cards, 3 styles of cards, 3 each. So 9 full-size cards. You get your instructions on the inside, as always, which we're not going to read through right now. You get a ruler most months, a 9-inch ruler along the bottom, so you don't even have to have a ruler or tape measure with you. And on the back, it always tells you what's included, so we'll keep that handy. Tells you how to stamp, and then the coordinating Stampin' Up! Colors, which their inks and their cardstock all coordinate. So Balmy Blue, Mint Macaron, which is really close to this color, a little lighter maybe. Mossy Meadow, Night of Navy, which I love. Old Olive, Pear Pizzazz, Pretty Peacock, which is your Stampin' spot. Sahara Sand, Seaside Spray, which is the new sort of, to me it's like a gray blue. It looks more purple there, but it's definitely it definitely is looking more purple there. Anyway, it's like a blue. And Terracotta Tile, which is also, so they've got several of the new colors in, and that is looking so much brighter. It is the color of terracotta, not bright orange. So yeah, really pretty colors in this one. Then we have some glue dots, and looks like linen thread. Well, let's just see. I'm doing it backwards. Linen thread, 5 yards, 3 silver mini paper clips, your 150 adhesive dots, or your glue dots. Ooh, these are pretty. These are like sequins. Let's see, 30 adhesive back sequins, and they look to be in Mint Macaron and Pretty Peacock. How cool. Love that. These are adhesive rings. I thought they were dimensionals at first, but they're actually rings. There's 3 of them. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, there. Okay, and then here are the dimensionals, mini dimensionals. Awesome. And you get how many of those? Dimensionals, 100 mini dimensionals. Okay. Now, 9 card bases and 9 envelopes. So let's take a look at those. Hang on. Okay, so this one is like a crumb cake or craft. Maybe Sahara Sand, and this is the back and this is the front, and it's got like a there, almost like the old data cards for those of you who've been around when computers came out, right? And but it's got splotches on it, like it was like it's vintage, kind of vintagey. And then, oops, that's not cards. And then we have a green and white one. Maybe that goes with that Garden Lane. I don't know. And then we have, ooh, this is True Craft. And it's textured like braille almost, like polka dot, raised dots. Really cool. And yeah, you can see the indents are on the back. So that's different. I really like that one. This one, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not, yeah. Green is not my favorite, which is why I didn't get the Garden Lane one, but it might go good with other stuff. So that's the 9 card bases, and then the envelopes look to be just all white. And are they, oh, but they are done Pretty Peacock. These are Pretty Peacock. They coordinate with this. Here, this one coordinates with the green. It's like a lighter green. Now that I don't mind. I'm not crazy about that other darker green. Maybe for Christmas. And this is the world map kind of thing. So that coordinates with the Sailing Away one. Awesome. And then 3 laser cut sheets. Well, we have little green sprigs, little green leafy things. And then, oh, no wait, these must not be the laser cuts. Maybe these are the laser. I don't know now. Oh, these are stickers, I think. No? Alright, and then you have ship's wheels, so I don't know. Okay, these are... I'm getting confused. Okay, hang on. These are laser cut too. It says 3 laser cut sheets. 9 die cut. Okay, these must be the laser cut sheets. These look like the accent sheet because these are punch outs. So you have this actually would go for, you know, on a card front like designer paper, and then you've got some labels and you get 3 of those. Then okay, so then you get 3, I guess, of these with the sailboat, a round circle, and some dies and things that look like clouds. That's pretty cool. And yeah, 3 of those, and then oh, and then these 3. These aren't laser cut, but these are accent sheets and pieces. So I think these are the 9 accent sheets and pieces. 1 foil die cut label sheet, so that's that. And then yeah, these were the 3 laser cut sheets. There we go, we got it. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and make one of each card as intended, and I will come back and show you how they turn out, or I may do that with you, but let me get set up to do that, and I'll be right back. See you soon. Alright everyone, hi, I'm back. I have my purple Pretty Peacock Stampin' ink, my full-size one, open. I'm not using the little one. I'll save that and maybe for a future giveaway. So when you look in the instructions, for those of you not familiar, the first thing it says is stamp all your die cut labels. But I pulled out 3, 1 for each card, and I pulled out 3 sentiments. Your block, the first time you order a paper pumpkin, you'll get a block like this. It will be a clear, thin acrylic block, and in your first paper pumpkin kit, you'll get one. It'll come in a little bag like this. Paper Pumpkin Basics. So yeah, I have 2 of those. One is a Stampin' Up one. This is Paper Pumpkin, and they're pretty much identical. And then I have this one, which is Stampin' Up C block for the happy birthday, because I didn't have any more of these. So I'm all laid out ready to go. You would obviously just take one off if you don't have any other blocks. So we're going to stamp them, and according to the pictures, this one says you're the best on the flag, and then the You've Been on My Mind is on this bigger one, and the happy birthday is on this littler one. These have gold foiling on them, so we're gonna try it and see how I do, because I'm not real good about getting things on straight, but we'll see what we do here. I am using the Stampin' Up piercing mat wrapped in paper, just for when you use photopolymer stamps. It's a good idea to have some kind of a mat under it to get a better impression, hopefully. And actually, the gold lines seem, oh, I did pretty good on that. Wow. Then I'm also using my Stampin' Chamois, which I did clean it yesterday, but it needs to be cleaned again. But we're just gonna rub that on there. You can use whatever you have to clean it with, even just run it under water. Okay, so that's the first one. Then we're gonna do the You've Been on My Mind. And I put them on my block sideways. I just feel like I have better control of it usually that way for sentiments. I'm not sure why. And I just stuck my finger in Pretty Peacock. Now this one, I feel like I did it again. A lot of ink on here. Let me get a scrap. I'm going to stamp it off one time here and try it. Yeah. Alright, let's try it again now. Tap, tap, tap. Yeah, the mind part I'm not getting good coverage on. Alright, now I think I've got it. Maybe. Okay, so let's see if we can do this. Up a little bit, down. I might have got that one a little bit crooked. Oh, not too bad. I'm doing all right today, guys. Yay. Then I'm cleaning it again. I'll put that, oops, I missed a spot. There we go. Missed a spot on me too. And then we'll take the third one, which is the smaller one, and this is Happy Birthday. And I'm just gonna tap, 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 and go down. Trying to make sure that little swirly on the birthday, when I think I got a little crooked, I did, but oh well, it'll do. It's not too bad. Anyway, so that's our stamping done. Now they do it on all the ones, so there's 3 of each for 3 of each style card, and you can certainly do that, but I will be saving the rest. So we're going to put our ink away now and wipe my finger off really good so I don't get purple, pretty peacock on everything. And we'll get this mat out of the way, and we'll get the stamps out of the way. Okay, so the first card we're going to do is this one, which is the You're the Best. And I mostly go by the pictures, but if you need to look at the instructions, you certainly can. So step 2 is layer elements using adhesive dots or dimensionals, using 10 inches of twine. Oh, they're doing this one first. Tie a bow to the paper clip, then attach it to the On My Mind card, which is this one. All right, well, let's do that one first then. I couldn't figure out where the paper clip was, and it tells us right there. And let's get 10 inches of twine. I already have 15 out for the next one. The one thing I will say is I had trouble opening this, so I actually pulled a little bit up, cut it, so somewhere along the line I'm sure it's gonna be in will be in a pickle. So, but I did open this one. I have some unopened other ones, but I thought, you know what, I'm just going to use what they gave us. All right, so it says tie a bow to the paper clip. Tie a bow to the paper clip, yep. Let's get it even here. That's why I only need 10 inches, just a little bow. You know what, I have these little paper clips in some other kit and I have never used them, so that's cool that we get to use them. And I'll just make those little loops a little shorter. Okay, I'll set that aside now. Now it says use adhesive dots or dimensionals. I'm going to use wet glue. I have a little bit of glue left in this bottle I'm trying to use. You can use the Mono Tombow, but we're going to go ahead and put this layer. They have this one turned this way. Okay, so we're going to do the same because this is the video where I make it as intended. Maybe I won't be using this. Here we go. Okay, now you can use your glue dots. I prefer to use them for smaller things. You'll see I got it over a little. There we go. And down a little bit there. Pretty good, pretty good. Yep, okay. Yep. And then what they appear to have is the You've Been on My Mind. Now this I'll use glue dots for. And I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool. And I am using the glue dots that came in the kit. And here's why. I pulled out some of my other past Paper Pumpkin glue dots. And I noticed that these are real small. These are medium. These are a little bigger. And then these are even bigger yet. So I'm going to use the big ones. So you got bigger dots this time in your kit. Maybe because they felt like you had to cover a bigger area. And I agree with that. And let's see. I'm just going to put 2 like right about there. They have this sort of going behind the You've Been on My Mind. So we will do that, oops, as well. Let's see, like sort of like this. And then they have the blue, which has flagged ends going like this. And we'll put more dots on that too. And then I think we'll put the whole banner piece up on dimensionals. Kind of got that one goopied, but it's okay. It's all good. I hope you're able to see this. And we'll just put that down so you can see some of the terracotta tile underneath. And then we're going to put this whole thing. Now they gave a sheet of mini dimensionals, but I do have a sheet of those open. So we're going to just use those. And before I stick this on, let me see where they put the paper clip. Okay, they clip it onto here, up here. How cute is that? See, I have never seen that used. To tie my bow a little tighter. I might give that a little dot of glue. But yeah, that's really cute. Okay, so I might put a couple more on. More on, not moron. Hope you're having a good Wednesday, or whatever day it is when you're watching it. Today is Wednesday here. Wednesday morning. Actually, it's officially now afternoon, 12:14 in the afternoon. So I started in the morning opening the box, and now I'm in the afternoon. I think I got them off. Yeah, okay. Let's pull the little tails around to the front. I probably should have put that on after. And we're just going to try and center that. And there we go. There is card number 1. Now, obviously you can use your stamp set if you want and stamp something else on it if you would like to do that. But I'm not going to do that for this round because I'm doing them as intended. Oops. I was just thinking that this vintage looking medallion thing, that would have been really cool on some of the painty papers I did with the pigment sprinkles last night in Stays On ink or something, right? Yeah, I think that would have been pretty, but I can use that again some other time. Alright, so there's card number 1. Then card number 2, oops, and the envelope that goes with that one is the pretty peacock, because it's got the pretty peacock colors in here, and this pattern, the same pattern in the crumb cake style paper. So that is card 1. Card number 2 is the one that's the Garden Lane, and here's everything that goes with it. And the sentiment on this one is supposed to be the, oh, I already have it here, you're the best. But they have that going up and down. So let's see, they had something in here about tying twine around something, so let me check that. Yeah, we layer them using adhesive dots. It looks like they put twine around this before they put it on this. Yeah, so we're going to wrap this around. I'm going to use an adhesive dot on the back. Let me move the card itself out of the way for a moment. Put it right in the middle here. Get rid of that dot. And just put your end on here. Actually, no, we need the end to tie. So we're going to try and find the middle. Find the middle. And then we'll put the middle around. There. And then we're going to wrap this around couple times with each one. Probably have it down. There we go. So 3 times with that one. Oops, get close together. Just took it off the knot. And 3 times with this one. And then we'll tie a bow. So really cute. If Deb can tie a bow today. I actually this morning saw a different shop that had a sale, and they had, for $5, they had a bow kind of thing to help you make fancy bows. I ordered it for $5. I figured I can't go wrong with that because I need help with bows for sure. So there's my sort of funky looking bow that I'm fumbling with a little bit. And I sometimes put a little glue dot, oops, I made it too small, on there. Okay, so now we're going to put this like this with another glue dot. Oops. Let's see, over on this side. And we'll put 2 on. I scrunched up my glue dots, guys. Don't do what I do. Do as I say, not as I do. And we'll make sure that the tail goes down towards the bottom and the green is facing the front. Let's see if I got it on. That's pretty good. And then next thing is, let's see, they have V's behind it, so we want to space these out. Let me look at the card. See, I go back to the picture. They actually have this kind of going down like this. Oops. And then they have one of these coming out over here and one of these coming out over here. But I think I'll wait. I'll put them on after I get this up on dimensionals, and because that way I'll know my spacing better. So I'm going to use the dimensionals, and they will help hold the this thing in place, the little green flag also. And I think I would have preferred regular dimensionals for this one, but we'll use these instead. Oops. That's enough. One more up here. Okay. I wouldn't have used quite so many with regular. That one's already off. These stick to me all the time. Okay. And so, and I don't have this glued down yet. Actually, you know what? Let's do that first, because there's nothing else that has to get wrapped around that. So we're going to glue that onto the pokey dotty kind of craft paper. And I'm using wet glue again. You can use your glue dots. You don't have wet glue. Glue dots came in the kit, so, and they have that positioned about here, just about ½ an inch from this edge and ¼ inch top and bottom. And I'm going to use my bone folder and just give it a good rub. All right, and then we're going to figure out where we want this, and before we put that down, I think we'll put this down. All right, so I'm going to hold on to that, just give it a little wet glue there. And I love fine tip bottles. You can get these on Amazon and then just go ahead and put your Tombow in. Or this happens to be Art Institute Art Glitter Glue. There's no glitter in it, but I like that glue as well. And then this will go here. And oh goody, they have something that has sort of lines in it so I can position it. And then these, I'm going to go ahead and put a glue dot on. In a couple places. Maybe one on each leaf. Don't usually need that many, but I think we will put one on there. Okay, I'll just have one leaf absent from my glue dot. And then we'll tuck it under. going to do that here. Pick up my twine. Alright, I have mine sticking out onto the craft a little more. That's okay. This one I'm going to go a little different. Let me get rid of these. And I'm just going to put some glue on this because it'll give me a little more wiggle room for moving it around. Plus I can get it on all the leaves much faster. And that one we're going to try and have go down a little bit like this so it's not sticking off the card too much. There we go. Now they might have had theirs loose and coming up over the top, but that's okay. We can do it how we want to, right? And there is card number 2. And then it goes with the green stripe envelope. And you can stamp whatever you want on the envelope as well. So that's the second card. Let me just put that over here. And the final one is the ship one, the sailboat. And let's see, does that have any special instructions? Layer elements using adhesive dots or dimensionals. Tie 15-inch of twine bow and adhere it to the happy birthday card using an adhesive dot. Okay, so that is this one. To me, it looks like they have the clouds down first. So we will do that. And they have one like about here. And move these out of the way. Oops, I threw the cloud away. One sort of up above and then one tucked in over here in the circle, which is a stitch circle, by the way. Let me see if one side is better stitched than the other. The other side is white. And we'll use the green. Alright, so I'm going to try and put them down first. And I like to sort of have my circle here so I know about where to put it. Let me think right about there. And this one right above this green line here, if I can keep my eye on that. Okay. So I know you have the instructions and everything. Now, does it look like they have this on dimensionals? No, this does not look like it's on dimensionals, so I'm going to go ahead and glue it down. Some of the other pieces do look like they are. So we're going to glue this down about here. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then they have the boat next. And it appears to be over this right about here, down a little bit maybe. So some of that cloud is showing. Yeah, it looks like the bottom of it sticking out there maybe. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I try and do it like they show. And then I go off and do my own thing. And they actually, in the paper that came right on top, it has some already some inspiration for alternatives, but I probably won't go off of those. And then the ship's wheel, and they do look like they have that bumped up, and that's probably why they gave mini dimensionals. So let's go ahead and bump that up. Maybe. I don't like that that's going to show though. Well, we could cut them in half. Let's do that. We're going to cut the minis in half just because I don't like that it's going to show. So, turn it back over. Put one there. One over here. One more maybe. Or two, because I'm going to have to cut one in half. Actually, I should have just taken the first one off and cut it in half, but if we can get it off, we'll just put that one back on the sheet and we'll use, oops, maybe. It doesn't want to come off. There we go. And we'll put this one on. Sorry about my air conditioner, guys. I do have to have it on today because it's hot. It's hot, hot, hot. I do have the door partway closed from the little room where the air conditioner is, but yeah. And then that goes about here. And then we have the happy birthday. And they have that sort of centered and over this, like this. About like that. So let me just glue the bottom of this onto there. Oh, come on, glue. There we go. And just sort of do that evenly. And then we'll bump that up on dimensional. So here's where we can use our other little one. Now they had twine underneath, so maybe before I stick this down, and I think they said 6 inches. Oops, 15 inches and a bow. But they look to me like they have it under, oops, under the tags here. Okay, it's a fairly big bow. I'm just going to eyeball it. That's 9 inches. And then about, oh, look, there's that piece. So we'll just use that. There we go. That worked out okay. Oops. Except I didn't get it in the middle, but there we go. Awesome. I'll cut a little bit of that off. And we'll put that down here with a glue dot. Right about here, I think. Because it looks like they just have a little bit of the bow hanging out. And then we'll take these off and put them down. And then that'll finish our projects as intended. Yeah. Nice cards, full-size cards. A lot of people on some of the Paper Pumpkin sites were saying they wanted full-size cards, so here you go, those of you who need to complain about what you're getting. There we go. There's our happy birthday with the sailboat and the ship's wheel and the map in the envelope. Really cool. I like that card. Now they do have this hanging off the card a little bit, but I didn't want to do that because it might not fit in the envelope then. It does look like it would fit, but I put mine just in a little bit. So you do however you feel is appropriate or that you like, aesthetically pleasing. Okay guys, that's it. Thank you so much for watching my unboxing and making of the 3 cards as intended. That's for those of you who are maybe new to card making or the kit and aren't sure how to do it. Sometimes the instructions can be a little confusing, and so I sort of go by the instructions, but as well as I mostly go by the visual. That's why I keep referring to it. Looks like that bow is underneath there, which they don't really tell you in instructions. They just say tie a bow and adhere to the happy birthday card. So yeah, there's the 3 cards as intended. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you like what you see, please subscribe to the Paper Pumpkin. The link will be down below. There's a special link for subscribing month to month to Paper Pumpkin. If you're so inclined to get 6 months at a time or a year, you can prepay, and if you do that, please use the host code for Justine Stone's Stampin' Up! Party. She's here on YouTube as well, and she's a sweet person who's been through a lot in the last several years anyway, and I give her a lot of credit because she is a strong person, let me tell you, for everything she's been through. I don't know if I could have gone through what she did and come out as good as she did as far as mental, you know, her mental status. I think I've been losing it. But anyway, yeah, so if you want to purchase anything from Stampin' Up! Or prepay on a paper pumpkin, please use the host code. I will put it below the video. It is not the regular July one. It's a different host code that begins with S, and I will put that down below. Thanks again for watching, and I hope you'll come back in a few days, probably for probably over the weekend or early next week for the alternates. Take care. Talk to you soon.